Get ready with me, but story time on how I was stalked my sophomore year of high school. So it wasn't like a random stalking, like it was someone that I knew. Still doesn't make it any better. So this was one of my coworkers. I met him in about October of 2023. He had just started. So when I met him, he had a girlfriend. Told me that straight up, I have a girlfriend. Well, I wasn't trying to hit on him or anything. That's not the point of me saying that. But then like a week or two later, he comes up to me and tells me that him and his girlfriend broke up. Fine, very normal. Didn't think anything of it. So me and this guy started becoming like close friends. We spent like every Saturday shift together, which is about like 5.5 hours. We would just talk the whole time. Like we got to know each other. He was really nice. Then in about like January, February, I felt it start to like shift a little bit. Shift in the sense of that it was starting to be like he was flirting more than just talking. So I was like, whatever. And it's also like when someone's giving you that kind of attention, you tend to like into it and think that you might like them too. So later in March, he goes to a small private school. So his prom, like all the grades would go to. It wasn't just a junior and senior thing. It was like freshman, sophomore too. So we were both sophomores, and he was like, I really need a date, and I'm really stressed about not being able to find a date. So I volunteered to be his date. I realized now that was a bad decision, and I quickly realized just how much of a mistake I had made. He started to get like really, really weird in us like talking and hanging out and stuff like at work. This is like we had never hung out outside of work before. Every conversation that we had consisted of happening at work. He would look at my shifts on our like scheduling app, and then he would text me before and after and be like, have a good shift, and then did your shift go well? Like literally stalking my shifts. I also had my location on Snapchat at the time, and he would look at my Snapchat location to see when I got to the gym and then when I left the gym, and he'd be like, have a good lift, and then did you have a good lift? Like fully stalking my location. So at first I didn't really like realize what was happening, but then I started to notice the fact that he like literally knew everything about where I was at all times, and I was like, okay, so you're actually stalking me. At one point it was like a Sunday, and he kept trying to get me to lift with him, and I kept trying to be like, no, I'm lifting with my mom. But then I texted my mom, and my mom literally was like, I'm at a drag show, I'm sorry, I can't help you. My mom has never been to a drag show in her life, and then that happens the one Sunday I need her. So a few weeks before his prom happened, I reached out and just basically said that I couldn't go to prom with him anymore, and that I actually had plans. I was supposed to have like a training for my job, like for swim instructing stuff. I was supposed to have training, so I kind of just used that as an excuse, even though that wasn't really a valid excuse. Like I would have been done in time, but I got out of it. But then I still felt kind of bad because like male manipulation. So I agreed to go on a date with him. I know you at this point in the story you're thinking, what am I thinking? I know. Like this man was like weirdly obsessed with me. Like he would text me if I didn't respond to him for 2 hours and be like, are you mad at me? Do you hate me? Like, stuff like that. He would constantly text me all the time, like, how are you doing? Like all this stuff, but like weird way. Like in an I already know what you're doing way. He would just watch me like at work, and then when I would like occasionally see him in the gym, like literally just like watch me. So I think I agreed to go out with him like a week after I told him